guys, Mr. Lambert here again. Just going to be talking to you about smoking and the benefits slash negative elements of smoking, particularly on your Hauora, on your well-being. You can see here all the cool kids do it, so must be why we have so many students smoking. There was a time where we didn't even have to teach smoking in our curriculum because the numbers had declined so much, but obviously that's gone backwards, so it's a bit of a shame, but here it is. So really quickly, what is the cost of tobacco? I'm not sure if people actually understand that it costs $22.80 per pack, roundabout, and that's just ever increasing. So really quickly, I'm sure you guys can do the maths. A pack a day smoker, how much is that going to cost them if they're spending $22.80 for a 4-pack a week smoker, for a 2-pack a week smoker? So yeah, quickly figure those numbers out. Because they're pretty crazy. And there's a few different costs there. Holiday, obviously a lot cheaper than your Benson and Hedges. So, not everyone is going to be smoking the good stuff, but it's still very expensive anyway. So just, pause me. I know that'll be hard. And just figure out exactly how much that's going to cost you, and then compare it to how much food and that sort of stuff that you could actually have for your family, or maybe some new shoes and stuff like that. So in this video, we're going to have a look at what the effects are of smoking, maybe why some people smoke, and what happens when you stop smoking, and if you don't, and how many people smoke. So what do we think this might be a picture of? Pretty clear cut. On the left there, these are human lungs. On the left-hand side, you have lungs of a non-smoker. You can see that they're perfectly clean and healthy, almost edible. And on the right-hand side, these look like they've been in a barbecue for a long period of time. They're well done as far as a steak would go, and they are just absolutely riddled with disease and illness. And they are clearly the lungs of a smoker. So some of the facts are that around 1 in 5 Kiwis smoke. Okay, that's 20%. Tobacco kills over 5,000 New Zealanders a year. Most New Zealanders start before they're 15 years old, so that's you guys, you're in that bracket now. 10% of Year 10 boys smoke and 14% of girls, and that's across the whole country. Māori actually have the highest smoking rate at 40%, Pacifica 26%, Asian 10%, and New Zealand European at 20%. The amount of people smoking has dropped by 15% in the last 15 years. And, people say that's because the prices have gone up, things like that. I like to think it's because people care about themselves and their families more. But at the end of the day, like I said, it is starting to increase again. So, we need to do something about it. So, what is it that smoking does to our bodies? So here's a good-looking X-rayed human. So firstly, we can't see his clothes, but that's one of the things that happens to you. You get really smelly clothes, okay? And that's whether you're a smoker or you're a smoker's friend. So even if you're just hanging out with a smoker and you are with them for a few hours and they're smoking during that time, you'll go home and you will stink of smoke, and your clothes, your hair, okay, etc. stinks of smoke as well. And don't be surprised if you get accused of being a smoker as well. We get bad breath, so up here, obviously around the mouth. We get really dirty teeth as well. Yellow teeth, your fingernails get stained yellow. Increased chances of colon cancer. I'm not going to put my arrow over that area of the gentleman. Also reduced fertility. I also won't move my arrow over the gentleman. That means that his sperm count is decreasing, and therefore he's having trouble maybe getting his girlfriend or wife pregnant. Dementia also occurs if you've been smoking for a long period of time, and that has got to do with your brain and your ability to remember what's going on, and that's not a nice thing. I've had a few family members with dementia. Gum disease, so heading back up to the mouth again. Bronchitis, so we're talking about our lungs, etc., and ain't nobody got time for bronchitis. Stomach cancers, okay, so we're looking around down here now to our internal organs. You also have an increased chance of having a miscarriage if you're a female and you're pregnant. Also mouth cancer, okay, so in and around the mouth, not just inside the mouth, but also on the outside of your mouth too. your chances of getting fractures increases because your bones are weakened. Heart disease, lung cancer is a big one. Cataracts in your eyes, you increase your chances of having a stroke as well. So that's up here when you can't get enough blood flow to the brain is how a stroke happens. And asthma. So I'm an asthmatic, and I can really feel it even if I've been hanging out with smokers for a short period of time. My asthma really flares up, and it's the only time that my asthma actually comes back. So, I don't really like hanging out with smokers because of that. So, in your workbooks, in your worksheet, there is a wee table just like this one. So you just need to fill in a few of the things that are on the next slide, and you need to write in whether they are good or not so good things, either about your appearance, okay, about your image, your health, the effect on other people, and the other effects. Okay, so these things are here. So smoking dries out your skin, it annoys your parents, it gets you friends, it makes you feel relaxed, it makes you look older, sorry. It stains your teeth, it makes you have smelly clothes, it's really expensive, it can cause cancer, it's something to do when you're bored, it can make you look like a tryhard, it keeps you slim, it looks sophisticated, it takes 14 years off your life. Drastic effects to unborn babies, you become addicted, your fingers go yellow, it gives you a rush, you can get secondhand smoke, you can get bad breath, and you can get unfit. So just pause that and write those down in the correct places on the table. All right, so on your worksheet now, there is a table, and on that table, you must either write or draw both positive and negative effects on the dimension of people's hauora. So, depending on the effect that we've talked about, so either on the body, like I discussed, or just from that last activity. So, now we want to break it down into seeing what element of people's hauora is actually being affected by smoking. Okay. So that list that you've just written down, use that, and also use the list that I was going through when I was talking about the effects on the body. You have to have at least 2 effects in each dimension, okay, and you need to indicate whether or not the effect is negative or positive. You can do that just with a little minus sign or with a plus sign. So again, pause this and then fill out your worksheet. Okay, agree or disagree. So for the following statements on your worksheet, you need to decide whether or not you disagree or you agree. And so you can just do that with an A or a D. And I'm going to ask you, you don't have to write down why, but I'll ask you exactly why it is that you agree or disagree. So the first one is that you should be able to buy cigarettes from age 16. Do you agree with that? Or not? And then again, you need a reason. People should be allowed to smoke inside public places. Again, what's your reasoning? And number 3, anyone who supplies smokes for people underage should be prosecuted. Okay, prosecuted means that they should be arrested and charged for a crime. So again, pause me and fill out those. So I just want to hear about your ideas here. Okay, so not stuff necessarily from this clip. What do you think about it? Right, last we're going to do a quick 5. So I'm going to ask about these in class as well. So what are 2 laws that you know about cigarettes? How can smoking affect your taha tinana? How can smoking affect your taha hine naro? What is the meaning of addiction? And what are some reasons that people smoke? Okay, so get your answers down. Again, there's no right or wrong here. I just want to see what you guys think. Okay, and then we'll discuss these in class as well. Awesome. All right, team. Well, that's Mr. Lambert signing off. I'll see you guys in class, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of learning done about smoking. So the only thing that we should be smoking is fish. Kia ora.